Should I ask him about it?
Perhaps later.
Yes, dear?
Yes, some men do have more success than you with women. Male celebrities sometimes create an instant hypnotic effect in any woman when they see them. And although we can always blame it on genetics and fame, there are in fact some things you can do and say that can naturally create the same hypnotic effect those guys have. So some of those things are things you already knew from your personal life, and some things maybe you had an idea it works like this, but you did not fully understand why it makes you magnetic in the eyes of women around you. So by the end you will see that all the excuses you had in your mind for I don't have enough of this, she would only look at me if I was like this or that, you're gonna see that none of that exists, all of that only exists in your mind. The first main principle is that those guys, the ones who are magnetic to women, they live into their own reality. They don't try to get approval for who they are and what they want to accomplish. Most guys who are kind of low status, not in terms of finances, but in terms of what they project, what they present to the world, they are low status because they constantly try to get others' approval before deciding anything. As a contrast, a man of high value in that sense is someone who is not waiting for someone else to tell him what to do. He is going and doing it because he has chosen to do this, because he has decided to do. So whatever skills or projects you actually would like to develop, stop waiting for somebody to take you by the hand and show you the path. I know for some men who have been raised by a single mom or stuff like that, they may not have been used to actually take charge of their own life. But the main point here is to accept that when you grow up, when you become an adult, you become the one who has to make the decisions. Not for everyone around you, but at least in your own life. What kind of project, just hearing me right now, think about it, what kind of project have you delayed, put on the side for way too long, and you know that, don't lie, because you were waiting for something. Either waiting to be good enough, or waiting that somebody else shows you how to do this. Those mindsets are massive turnoffs for a woman. Even somebody who's already in a relationship with you, she might grow bored if you never take charge and design your own life by yourself. But the deeper reason why this works so well is not because you become some narcissistic creature only interested in his own desires. It is because you show, don't tell, you show that actually your life is fine even without her. Which doesn't mean your life won't be better with her around you. It simply means that you can live without her. You're not trying to prove that, you show it. And you show it, you display that because you simply have too many projects. You have many projects, you have many things you want to develop in your life, and she can see and sense that indeed you are somebody busy. Busy because he's got relevant and ambitious projects. Maybe not too ambitious to the point where you isolate and don't see anybody anymore, but ambitious to the point where she can see that you are somebody who's taking charge of his own life. Then she might sense, okay, that guy has something I do not have eventually. The next point is that many guys are too negative all the time. You ask them what is going on in their life and they're gonna tell you all the things going wrong. They may complain about the government, they may complain that whatever their bank account, whatever shit is happening, but they are never positive about anything. That is also a massive turn-off. When you have a guy who's famous, on the appearances at least, he's a happy guy. Maybe not in reality, but at least in the appearance, oh, that guy is successful. Sometimes what we do want is not even somebody successful, we just want somebody who's more positive than we are. If the guy is acting positive or saying positive things, that means also from an evolutionary perspective that this guy has found ways to deal with problems I may not have found ways to deal with. So we naturally attribute that to fame, status and power, but you can have that without having massive status and power. You can develop the skill set, the ability of thinking and feeling and speaking more positive when you talk with her. As a very simple metric, can you bring more positive energy into the conversation than negative one? It is a pretty simple calculation. How many times during that conversation with her have you mentioned positive things about your life versus tricky point. How many times have you mentioned negative things, complaining about, I hate this, I hate people like that? I used to do this a lot, when I started. I was always complaining because in high school my life was shit, or I saw my life as being shit, and then when I got into university and started practicing all of that stuff, I was complaining all the time. Even though I was in a great environment, I was still complaining all the time. And people were empathizing, but they were not really I was not really attractive because I was kind of pushing people away with my negativity. Then I learned to reframe all of those thoughts. The main thing I used was Tony Robbins' book Unlimited Power, and then I trained myself to develop more positive states whenever I was interacting with people. Guess what? I became more magnetic because I was exuding that positive energy around me. Not just saying things, but also feeling what I was talking about. What this is communicating unconsciously is not that you don't have problems, because if the person you talk to has two neurons, two brain cells connected, they know you are a human being, you have problems too. But the idea behind that is that guy, if I am the girl, that guy seems to not have the problems I have. So on the ladder of status, he's kind of above me, because either he has had the problems I had or I have in my life and he found a way to get over it, or he simply lives a life where my problems do not exist. Coming back to the principle, more positive than negative. If she can sense that her life will be more positive when you are around than when you are not around, then instantly you become more magnetic to her. So her life would be more interesting with you than without you. Not something you have to prove intellectually, consciously. Forget about proving her anything, especially if she's a woman. And simply exude that through your actions, through the way you speak, through the stories you tell about yourself. What can you communicate that would be a clear indication that her life would be, maybe not everything would be solved, but at least her life would be more interesting when you are around than when you are not there. Many people just live boring lives and just get bored every day at their day job. They actually crave somebody to just bring some fun into their life. How many fun things do you have to propose to her? Is your life made of any sort of fun? If it is not the case, maybe think about how to rearrange your life in that way before thinking about how do I sleep with one new girl every night. Maybe first devote some time and mental energy to figure out how can I bring more fun into my life so that she wants naturally to be part of it, or she's more inclined to desire being part of it because she can notice you have figured out something she hasn't figured out, at least not yet. And finally, we have the concept of taking more risks, which is interesting, I would say, because when I meet guys who are, 20 years old, 19 years old, even maybe 22, 23, they still have that massive testosterone, that massive urge, and they chase things, they go after their goals. And then when I meet guys in their, 32, 33, 35, 40, many of them, unfortunately, have gotten very low ambition. They have low testosterone, therefore, because they do not chase any goal anymore in their personal life. So they get lazy, they get sometimes quite chubby, if not really fat. And that is something unfortunate we also notice when guys finally have a girlfriend. Even some guys, who were dedicated to learning seduction, pickup, they go in the streets chasing whatever. When they finally get one girlfriend, and if they are inexperienced, she might not even be that great of a human being in itself. They just took the first one who displayed some arousal in front of them, and they get into a relationship, and then they just stop chasing anything. They get lazy, they get fat, they get without any project in their life. So at some point she's getting bored of that and she's yelling and yapping at him because he does not have that massive ambition. He's no longer higher than her than in the beginning when he was in that chasing mode. And obviously you can be happy in a relationship without chasing other girls around. That is really a personal decision, not my case, but just your personal decision. And you can always chase other projects, at least to keep developing some ambition, because your ambition will always set you above her. She can notice you don't have time to listen to all her yapping, because if she gets bored with her boyfriend, she sometimes will create drama just to relieve some of that boredom. That's really sneaky and dark to say it like this, but unfortunately, Many women, when they get bored with a boyfriend, they create, even consciously, drama to get back the stimulation they no longer have, compared to what it was in the beginning of the relationship. So setting high goals in your life and eventually lifting weights, and nutrition, all of the basic stuff, but more specifically, I would say from a psychological level, what creates and propels the testosterone is to have goals higher than yourself and keep chasing new goals. It doesn't have to be always too high, but at least always set the bar in your life slightly higher than where you are right now. That is what propels testosterone, this massive masculine attitude, and then this is what she can sense. Quite often it is not really what you say in that case, it is that she can sense. Also because testosterone is, I'm not a scientist, but technically communicated through pheromones, not directly, but somehow she can sense that you are somebody who is taking charge of things, that you are somebody who is challenging himself more than she does at least. You challenge yourself and as a result, she grows more attracted because unconsciously, once again, she can sense that he can take care of things I can't take care of myself. That doesn't mean you have to always be the rescuer or the savior in her life. If she's got a problem sometimes, she also has to deal with that by herself, but at least to the point that she can sense that you are somebody resourceful, and you become resourceful because you challenge yourself more. Therefore, you have to develop mental attitudes and tools, maybe mindset tools, whatever, to become more resourceful yourself. And because you become more resourceful yourself, she can notice, oh, that guy really has something I do not have. We always want to find a compromise. We always want to complete ourselves with things the other person can bring to us. When we have nothing to bring on the other side, why would somebody be interested in us? And when we have too much, maybe she's too low compared to what we want in our lives. Be careful about who you engage with romantically, and even sexually sometimes. In the end, everything you develop in your life can be more attractive because you are the initiator. You are the director of where your life is going. You are no longer the sailor, you are the captain of the ship. Therefore, you become the one who's leading the life, and she may be part of it, but she won't in any way, shape or form be the initiator instead of you. You have to remain the leader of your own life, and then she can grow more attracted, even if you don't have massive status, whatever yet, or even if you don't have the most attractive looks ever, at least you are somebody who's challenging himself and somebody who's advancing in life. Then she might be more interested into going along with you. And if you want to figure out some of the things you can tell a woman that can sound more hypnotic and get her mind more immersed into the conversation with you, you can download the 5 language patterns down below that can unlock your voice whenever you want to have a conversation and you used to freeze and be stuck in your mind. With those 5 patterns down below, you will instantly know that some things that you can say can create a deeper hypnotic effect than any demonstration of massive status or looks. This is down below. Thank you very much for watching until the end, and see you soon in the next video.